Yo guys, so we're back for a new tutorial, and as you can see, I changed the setup position. So we have the Behringer Poly D now here. You can see my window here also in the background. So yeah, I also changed a little bit, you know, where my setup is, so I can add instruments right there where my setup was. That's the old position of my setup right there, so y'all can see it, but basically it's there, and I moved it here so y'all can see the synths, because I'm gonna add new synths, and also the window to add a little bit of background, and also there's my bed. So yeah, as you can see, the beat is like going crazy. It's a really cool West Coast beat. Maybe for Blxst, I'd say it's a perfect beat. So yeah, let's get to the breakdown. So the first thing I started with was actually the drums, because that's something I usually do when I don't have any idea for my beats. And I started with battery, and I used the RNB kit, and I just took the rim for that one. And that's what I started with, a basic rim on the second and on the fourth bar here. So as you can see, if I take this, you look at the fourth here, you look at the second and the fourth, that's where I placed it, and I just repeated that. And I stacked with this a snare from my drum kit, Summrs drum kit, as you can see, perfect for any style of R&B. I'm also gonna do a huge new drum kit that's gonna come out soon. Don't worry, stay tuned for that. I think this is the snare edge, and I added the clap twos. After this, I added a snap. So it's just a perk that I'm using, just, you know, add a little bit more of like a bounce to it. Then I added the clave, and this one is playing really quick and short double notes, as you can see. I also added the cowbell. Then again, a really quick and short snap here. Make sure you're in line, so like this. So 1 2 3 4 really quickly on those little shorts line. Then I added the chant playing on the second here, the second line of the first bar. Then I added the Kelly perk. And for that one, you might ask me how to do those rolls. So this one I already explained it, but for the roll, what you want to do is place a note, extend it to how long you want the roll to be. Now Alt A and play with the time mode. And then what I like to do is play with the velocities. Then we have both a kick and a stomp here. So stomps is usually really important when you're making West Coast type beats, and the pattern for it is pretty simple. What you want to do is take the first one, so place it on the first right here. Now you want to skip 2 1 2 place, skip 2 1 2 place, and then skip 1. So you can place that last one, but a lot of people just skip that one, and then you just need to copy it for 2 whole bars. So this is 1 bar, this is 2 bars. Copy it like this, and then you also want to experiment with the empty spaces, and you should end up with something like this, as you can see, with a really easy pattern. And you just need to layer it with a kick, and also layer it with an open hat. But again, experiment with the notes. You can also remove notes, which is what I did here. Oh, and I also added another open hat. This one's playing off rhythm. Then we have this thing, which is a hi-hat roll that you also hear a lot in modern West Coast this time, and it's really easy to do it. So you do a roll, but this time you just want to make sure that you play with the tune too of the notes, and so that it goes down a little bit. And with that one, you also want to add a little bit of vintage verb, Valhalla vintage verb, alright? The mix at about 40, the decay close to 1 or 2 seconds, and the low cuts to about 600, so that it removes all the low frequencies. And I also added a basic 2-step, nothing to it, hi-hat, really simple. I'm not gonna break this down, but yeah. Then I added a clap, another clap playing off rhythm, as you can see. This one is off rhythm, sorry, and this one is playing normally. But again, it's all about experimenting. Same thing for the frozen So this is a tambourine basically sound. Then we have a shaker playing quickly, as you can see. I can't really tell you how to do your perks because this is all about experimenting and trial and error. If it doesn't sound good, just change it. Make sure to add that metronome too, so you know if you're in time. Then I added 2 different voxes and another shaker, and this is how all the drums sounds together. I'm also gonna add those effects. They are all from my summer drum kit, so if you want to get them, go into the description and you should find them, okay? Okay, so now let's get to the melodies, and it's also actually pretty simple for that one, even though it looks kind of intimidating, but don't worry, it's easy. So the first one is gonna be a preset from Contact, and I used the Electric Keys Diamond on the Click Organ preset. I'm going to show y'all how to do the chord progression. The first thing you need to do is to make sure that you know which scale you're going to use. So usually it's going to be minor or major, and also which note you want to start with, or your root note. You can choose that, or you can also freestyle with your piano if you know how to play piano. But if you don't, let me give you a tip. Click on this little arrow there, go into View, Scale Highlighting, and click Minor Natural Aeolian, or if you want to use Major Aeolian and choose your root note. So we're going to be in G minor. The first chord that we're going to use is the root note, so G minor. All right, like this, place G. Then we're going to duplicate down the 1 octave up like this, and then we're going to use the skip place method. So I don't know if you can see there because there's the chord progression, but I think you can see it here. All the white notes are actually in the scale and all the black notes are out of scale, which means that if you want to do a chord progression, there's a method called skip place. What does that mean? It means that every note that you encounter that is in the scale, you're gonna first skip one and then place one. So it looks like this. Let's take our G. All right, skip the first one, A, so we're gonna skip A. We're gonna place the second one, skip C, place D. And there we have a chord. This is a triad, which is the first chord that we have. Last thing I did is I just copied the G 1 octave up. All right, this is called inversions. You can also do it with any notes in the chord. Then the second chord is gonna be a D minor chord. So let's go to D, F, skip G, go to A, and we're gonna do it again because here we have a triad because there's 3 notes, and we're gonna have the 7th, which is gonna be there. So we skipped A sharp and we go to C. This is called a 7th because it's using the first note, it's skipping the second, and we're using the third, it's skipping the 4th and we're using the 5th, it's skipping the 6th and we're using the 7th. And another type of chord that you can do is a 9th. So you're gonna skip the 8th and you're gonna place the 9th, which looks like this. So this is the basic minor chord, and what I did is I took the F, put it 1 octave up, inversion. Then we go to D sharp, we're gonna skip F, place G, skip A, place A sharp, skip C, go to D, G, you're gonna copy it 1 octave up. Okay, and what I did now is I just copied that here. I changed a little bit the chord, so I added few notes, and as you can see there's a new chord here. So it's F and we skip G, we go to A, we skip A sharp, we go to C, we skip D, and we go to D sharp. And what I did with the chords is I just filtered the frequencies that I didn't like, so the lows and the highs. I also filtered the low mids frequencies and put the higher frequencies a little bit up. They needed a little boost. Also remove all the low frequencies from the easy mix, then add a little bit of Valhalla vintage verb. DK you want to put it to low, mix also low 15, and the low cut always close to 500 600, and this is how the chord progression sounds like. And once you have the chord progression and you find it good, you need to copy it into other instances. For example, I went to Soul Sessions again on Contact and I took the brass pads preset and I just copied the chord progression without the high notes and the low notes. And for this preset, I just filtered the frequency that I didn't like. Then I went to Initial Keys and I took the Bad Dreams preset. And this one, I literally copied the chord progression. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you, but when you have your chord progression, don't let it like this. Like what you gotta do is first use the Alt S feature to strumize your notes. So basically it's gonna move a little bit the notes to add that slur effect. And now you also want to randomize the velocity so that it doesn't feel too robotic. So Alt R to randomize the velocity, play with the velocity knob, and also go into here, tools, humanize, and this one is the greatest thing. I love to use it. It's a humanizer tool. Basically it's gonna humanize your chord progression. This is how the chord progression sounds like now. Again, filter the frequency that you don't like and make sure to boost the frequency that you like. Then we're gonna talk about that bass. Is the AX Rezo bass from Xenology. Instead of just playing the chord progression, I actually used lead notes. And I just boosted the low frequencies because it was missing a little bit, and I used neutron compressor to compress those lows also, and I used fruity soft clipper to make sure that it doesn't go too harsh and too hard. All right, and the only thing I can tell you for that bass is follow the chord progression, experiment, and also do flares. So I use all the time flares. For example, let's say that I want to place G, which is a good note. All right, instead of just playing it like this, I'm going to move it a little bit and place the note that is under in the scale. So G, under, it's F. Talking about leads and stuff, let's talk about the leads. So I used the PW President from Purity, and for that one I just used flares. Filter the frequencies, alright, and also put it a little bit to the left or to the right depending on which one you want. I use another lead, so to respond to that lead, this is another lead I use from Purity. It's the Simple Sign preset. Then I used the small strings preset from Xenology, and I just copied the chord progression. And as always, filter the frequencies. Then I used a higher string, the lush strings preset from Xenology, and this one just played G. Then I used pizzicato playing the chord progression, so G, then here D sharp. I use the Session Horns Pro on the Session Horns preset. And again, I filtered the frequencies and added a little bit of Valhalla Vintage Verb. This is basically the whole entire beat. And for the intro, the only thing I did is I played it through a low filter preset, the small bandpass preset. So as always, I hope that the tutorial was useful. I hope that you're gonna have a great day, a great evening, or a great, I don't know. So yeah, don't forget that Jesus loves you and that I love you too. Don't forget that you can go into the description and grab my summer drum kits and all of the drum kits I released on emotionalwave.com for free. They're all free. I forgot to say it, but yes, they're all completely free. Just go, and it really supports the channel a lot. Don't forget that you can also subscribe and like the video if you liked the video. And yeah, that's everything. Peace out.